comment, subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure I hit that bell notification, man. So I want to go over to this next topic. Myron Gaines. For those of y'all who don't know, you know what I'm saying, Myron Gaines, you know, part of Fresh and Fit. Shout out to them. And I think they getting off of YouTube too, man, because I guess they just want to focus heavily on what is it? What's the name of the other platform? Not YouTube, but what's it called? Rumble. They're gonna focus on Rumble because I guess that's where they're getting their bag at, you know, because they got demonetized and all that shit. So he's taking his Kick. I thought it was Rumble. But he's out here in the streets, he's going to different colleges, talking to these different students, and these bro, I'm gonna say this. I don't remember myself being like this. The way that these students are now in college, I don't remember myself being like that and thinking the way that they think. These niggas are real deal. Their minds are fucking manipulated, bro. The way that they think. But we're gonna get into it. Both of them, they let them rock a little more uncensored. Yeah, I think eventually we're gonna have to get on that too. On Rumble and all that. Eventually we're gonna have to jump on there. But I think one thing at a time is once we run this thing up on YouTube, run it up as much as we possibly can, and continue to grow this platform here first, and then I think eventually we'll probably move over to Rumble too, and that's when we can get a little bit more uncut. But as of right now, we're gonna stick to YouTube. We're gonna try to run that bag up as much as we possibly can. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go over to this next topic. You know, he's out in the street, going to different colleges, having these discussions about women, you know, men simping for women. Hence, which is a great segue because we just got done talking about Russell Wilson. So I think this is a great segue into this conversation. Before I get into it though, they're gonna post money moves on the tube, but shows with relationships and the likes will be Rumble and Kick. That makes sense. But let's go ahead and get into it though. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
What's up? What's your name?
First of all, hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad for pausing. I'm trying to get better at pausing the shit in between, but sometimes niggas, maybe I just get triggered sometimes and I just gotta say something. Why the fuck you don't come up to, you know who is there? You know who you're talking to. How the fuck you don't come up to somebody's mic and say, oh, what's your name? Nigga, you know who the fuck I am. No, don't play this game with me. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't do this type of shit. I couldn't. Because I get, at sometimes the person that I am, I can be an asshole sometimes. I really can. Because then I'll say, man, next person, bro, I'm not finna do this. Like, nigga, you know who the fuck I am. Don't do that. Don't play with me. You know who the fuck I am. You've seen my videos before. You know who the fuck I am. I'm across all these different platforms. You know who the fuck I am. Next person, bro. I ain't got time for this. I think I get triggered too fast. I swear.
Go ahead. What's your question?
What's your name?
Just ask your question, bro.
All right. I just want to keep things respectful, you know. So I don't really have anything. I know. Respect is kind of strange to you. I know you don't know anything about it, but I just want to bring back the topic of women's sports. You say women's sports are just bad. So I want you to give like an objective reason on why you think it's bad.
No, I'm saying they suck.
Why?
Because they can't compete at the same level as men, and it's a waste of time.
Then why are women's sports a thing?
Why what?
Why are women's sports a thing?
Because we want to make women feel equal and happy.
Isn't that the goal of America? Equal opportunity?
Well, here's the thing. Egalitarianism, right, is great on paper and all, but it's not realistic. Because if men and women are not equal, we're not the same.
If it's not realistic, then why is it happening right now? Look at women's rugby. Have you heard of rugby?
Yeah.
All right, so why is women's rugby so highly popular now? Why is it on the rise?
Dude, no one watches women's rugby. What are you talking about?
Right, when?
What the fuck?
Oh, goodness. Get low, this guy. Anyways.
What the fuck? How about this? Name.
Yeah, y'all heard the way he said it? Oh, goodness. Nigga, don't nobody watch no rugby sport. Don't nobody watch no rugby sports, bro. Come on, fam. There's a select group of people who might watch that shit, but everybody on the regular, they ain't even checking for no fucking rugby. Not even on the men's side. So don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, dog. Let's have the genuine conversation, bro.
Name of 10 female rugby players. Go ahead.
10 female rugby players.
Go ahead.
I can't name it.
Okay, exactly.
See, that's the shit that I'm talking about, bro. Niggas just be talking shit just to be wrong because they think they doing some shit. Just talking. Just fucking talking, bro. You talking about the women's sports is on the rise, rugby is on the rise. Nigga, you can't name 10 of them. You can't name 10 rugby players. What the fuck are we doing right now, bro? What are we doing right now, bro? What are we doing right now, fam? What are we doing right now? Brainwashed ass kids, dog. Stupid ass kids. Now I get what the OGs used to talk about. Like, y'all niggas is dumb. This is crazy. What he say? Butt cheeks and slow mo is why they're watching. The women have high thigh meat. They do. But ain't nobody checking for him. He can't even name 10 of them.
All right, but here.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. See, like, okay, I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
When I say that we live in a cucked out world where we fucking sit there and lie and talk about women are awesome and all this other shit, like women's sports are great. This dude made the argument about women's sports.
What are some sports you enjoy?
Okay, tell me about women's rugby. He can't even tell me. Why? A lot of you guys are coming. Let's be honest here. A lot of you guys are coming up to the mic right now to simp for some of these women here to try to get fucking laid. Let me say something great about women so I can get fucked tonight.
So can I talk about my personal connection?
You want to know the ugly truth about women? Here's a real red pill for you guys.
There's no
they like guys like me that tell them they're stupid and inferior. They don't like guys that cuck for them like you guys.
I played rugby with women.
Women are inferior in everything that matters.
I have a personal connection to women who play rugby.
Women want guys that are better than them. Women want guys that are stronger than them, taller than them, superior to them. They don't want equal cucked out guys like you.
Oh, let me see something. Hey, y'all, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me do something real quick. Let me do some smart research real quick because I got J Ben. I'm doing it for you, bro. Let me see something. I'm doing it for you, fam. Give me a second. Let me see something. Yeah, buddy. Let me see. Trying to see some. Let me see something real quick. Trying to see something. Real quick. Hold up. Give me a second. Get off the screen. Give me a sec. Hey man, what's this? Get off the screen, bro. I don't want that. Off the screen, bro. Just trying to see something. There it is. There you go, JB. I got you, big dog. Don't worry. I got you, fam. Oh, let me check something else out real quick. Like, I'm just trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. Hold on. Oh no, that's a torta right there. No, I don't want that one. Let's go professional. Interesting. That's why I work right there, boy. All right. Say less, man. Let's get back to the video, bro.
You sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, women's rugby is great, right?
I love
Nobody
your
gives
opinion.
a fuck. Nobody cares."
All right, can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
I have a personal connection to rugby,
female
right?
rugby players, though.
I can name you a bunch of women who play rugby that are connected to me in my personal life, right? I have a friend. Her name is Kelly
Nelkin. Pro ones, right?
She plays rugby in Lander. She's a college committed to rugby at Lander.
Okay, you know what's great? Because I said this earlier. Men or people only watch women's sports when there's a personal affinity or some type of personal connection. They don't watch it objectively like, oh yeah, this is great. Let me just turn on to watch female sports.
What sports
like
do you
all you
watch?
guys that watch female basketball here is because you guys go to the school and you're supporting your school. That's great. But 10 years from now, when you graduate, you're not going to give a fuck anymore because you're not here anymore. Okay?
So are you saying all sports fans go to their college? Are you saying 100% of Steelers fans went to that university, or any collegiate sport, they all went to that university? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that when people watch female sports, there's typically some type of personal tie or affinity to them watching that female sport. Versus when they watch men's sports, they're watching it because these are the best of the best and I want to watch this. This is why professional sports for men is a thing and not really a thing for women. It's more of a college thing because people tend to be very tied to school.
Why are you denying that professional women's sports isn't a thing? If it isn't a thing, there wouldn't be people watching it. They wouldn't get funding.
No one watches it, is my point.
If no one watches it, then how do they get funding? How do they get money?
Nobody watches WNBA.
If nobody watches WNBA, then why do they get funding? Why does it?
Well, they get funding because they are subsidized by the NBA. Duh, my nigga. What you talking about? If they weren't subsidized by the NBA, guess what? There wouldn't be no WNBA because they wouldn't make no fucking money. They'll probably be even deeper in the fucking hole. Pun intended. Just saying. So that's all it is, bro. And that's not the shit on the women or anything like that. But let's just call a spade a spade. They ain't making no money over there, so they have to get subsidized by men. They're only a thing because, again, men have to carry the fucking load
to raise money.
Why do they
watch WNBA? WNBA wouldn't be a thing, right?
Yeah, it's subsidized, bro. Do you not realize it's negative? Every year it loses money.
If it loses money every year, it wouldn't be smart to keep it running, right? But
you're right. You're right. See, that's why you're Asian. You're smart. This is the thing, bro. Like when it comes to he knows the math. He's like, wait, hold on. How are we subsidizing it? But it doesn't. I'll tell you why. Because we fucking simp for women. We need to stop subsidizing their mediocrity. That's my point. Because if the NBA was negative, we would not be subsidizing the NBA. We'll just go out of business.
Corporations won't make the conscious decision to continue that business if they're losing money. The fact that WNBA is still a thing means that they're making money. People are watching it.
Here's the
balance of the personal connection.
Because here's the thing. Because they want to go ahead and be able to be politically correct. They still want to go ahead and be like, look,
political correctness has nothing to do with the amount of revenue a company makes.
No, but they will take it. That's my point. They will take financial hits to be politically correct. Look at Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel had to go. They went ahead and changed it was a woman, by the way, that did this. They went ahead and changed the emblem. They got a whole bunch of backlash, and they're like, oh, shit, let's change it back. Who made that dumb decision? A female. So the point I'm trying to make is that women, or people in general, because we have this female way of thinking, we will go ahead and sometimes take a backseat to making a bunch of money or being profitable so we can make women feel good, but we don't give these same accommodations to men. Like if the WNBA was negative, we would not exist.
Is the physicality, right? Not the mind. Physicality. I agree with you that most women here aren't as strong, physically as strong as women. But the reason why women's sports is a thing is because they can play on a higher skill level, not just physicality.
Okay, if they can play on a higher skill level, then let them play against the guys.
The difference is that while the skills are the same, the physicality are not.
No, the skills are not. No, the skills are not the same. No, it is not. What's that?
Differences, and that's why there is WNBA versus NBA.
But there's differences, but it's because the difference is because women are inferior at sports.
In physical attributes.
Yes, and that directly affects.
Not in the mind, right?
Yeah, well, women have slower reflexes too. No, slower in the mind too. This is why if you look at like chess, all the best chess players are men, even though it has nothing to do with physicality. Men are just better than women at everything.
There are women chess masters, and don't tell me a name. I don't know them. I'm not into chess like that.
Yeah,
but there are women chess masters, right?
But they suck compared to men. That's my point. Even when the physicality is removed, look at video games.
It was already, bro. The case studies. There are already case studies out here. Man, look, let's go into it real quick before we get back to this video. Let me see if I can find something real quick, man. Cause these niggas, man, they be doing the fucking most. Let's start with this one. Let's see. Let's look at this. Let's just look at this real quick. I want to see something. Let me see something. What's this? Soccer versus high school. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Let's look at this. What? They do say how the female coaches and referees in the field never played. Exactly.
Against Christine Lilly and Joe Lohman about formations in Fletcher. It's important.
So this is a high school soccer team. A high school soccer team versus USA women. USA women. That means they're professional grown-ass women. Soccer team.
Read from Fletcher. Such an intelligent player to cut that out. First shot, and that's going to be a stop. A nice save by Lindsay Harris. It'll lead to a corner. Harris is again. You could expect some rifles coming in. Another one. That one. Did that hit the post? I think I was headed out by O'Reilly. And loosely. Another attempt, and that's headed by Fletcher. She took a shot right there. The rebound, and there's a goal.
There's one.
The first goal of the game scored by Brendan Lambie. 16th minute. Inside, and this is going to be ricocheted into the net for the second goal of the game for Sayward FC.
A bit lucky on the deflection. Good interplay and interchange between
the inside.
Let's go 2-0 right now.
US connect a couple of passes, and here comes the shot.
Kyle Broderick, 22-year-old striker, played the first few minutes of the game.
And this corner is going to be a header in for the third goal of the game. That's headed in by Lawrence Jackson. As Sayward FC will start with the ball here.
Yeah, she was holding. Yeah, she was holding tonight.
Little flick.
We need to get back in that target score time. So we're going to look to keep the intensity high, get shots on target, and score a goal like that. There we go. High-level players. So that's going to give us the confidence.
It's a high school team.
White Hill Rifles one. It's a save. Nicely done and going some time in midfield. Lofted. Jada all alone. Turns. And another save by Lindsay Harris.
That's why this tournament is unlike.
These niggas ain't even sweating for real.
Now we're going to have a foul as O'Reilly goes down. And they do quickly as they weren't. The target score is going to be
Sayward FC to be
in the box. We're going to have a penalty. White Hill shot. It's saved. Tyler Yates makes the save.
Press it again, playing a high line to transition.
Here is the counter again, the step through the shot. Another shot, and there it is. Game over, Sayward FC.
You see what I'm saying? That's a high school team. So just imagine if they were playing. Just imagine if they were playing against. If those women were playing against the actual professionals, the professional soccer team, score be 10-0, 100%, if that, probably 20-0. Come on, man. Hold up. Let's go somewhere. Let's go to another one. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Let's see. Nah, that's too long. I need something shorter than that. Let's go. Let's go here.
Cutting the lead down to 7. Whoa, deeper, come on.
Now she mad. She mad.
Hey, easy. Foul on keeper Alas. Didn't I say this is going to be competitive? I knew it. Nobody's backing down on this one. There we go.
Yeah.
Cutting the lead down to 7. Whoa, deeper, come on.
So she mad. She mad. Put the clamps, putting the dogs on him. Put the dogs on him. What we talking about right now, dog? She a professional athlete. He look like he a little high school student. He like he a high school student. Let me see what else we got. Is that it? Okay, that's all they got. That's all they got for that one. What else we got? What's another one? And they showed another one with and then Sabrina, and then goddamn, what's her name? Serena Williams played against another professional athlete. I think he was like, I forgot where he was ranked, like number 100 and something, ranked out of all the best tennis players. And Serena Williams was ranked like number 1, right? Number 1 top women's player, but she went against a guy that's like 153 ranked, and he bust her ass. It ain't the same, bro. It ain't the same. Regardless of how smart your mind is, you could be smart as hell. But at some point, that athleticism has to play a part in it. The physicality has to play a part. You got to be stronger. You got to be faster. You got to be quicker. That athleticism, it makes a difference, along with being smart. That's why LeBron James is one of the greatest to ever do it, because he has the athleticism and he has the brain to fucking do what he does. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Does men are better than women at video games? That doesn't have to do with physicality.
So let's say you play against a woman chess master. Would you win?
She's a chess master.
So you would lose.
I don't play chess.
Exactly. Right. So you lose, right?
Okay, never mind. You're not as smart as I thought, Asian man. Who's next?
Yeah, I'm just. I gotta say, man, you're checking off all the red flags, man.
Okay.
So are you like? Do you actually believe this? Like just like a genuine question.
Yes, I do.
You genuinely believe all of these?
Yes, I do genuinely believe that women suck at sports. Yes.
And every other racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever phobic shit you say.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Whatever you want to say. Who's up next?
This guy's kind of performative.
Yes, I'm a proud bigot. Who's up next?
I'm glad you know you're a bigot, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of people are. I'm just honest about it.
You're just the biggest one.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just not scared to admit it. We all have a little bit of racism in us. Come on, man. Let's be honest. We all do.
All right.
What's up?
Is it working?
What's up?
All right. So I just have to go back to women. It's just I gotta do it.
You gotta go back to what?
Women.
All right. So before he asks his questions, let's take a look at him. What do we see? When you look at him, what do you see? What kind of man do you see? What do you see when you look at him? Does he look like an upstanding? Nah, I ain't gonna even say upstanding. He might be an upstanding guy, but does he look like the type of man that is of a top tier type of man? The type of man that can pull any type of woman. The type of man that when he steps into a room, all eyes are on him. The type of man that walks with his chest high. A man with confidence. A man that is a man's man. Does he look like that kind of guy to you? I'm just asking. Someone offered $1 million for McDonald's Men All-Star versus. Yeah, I saw that, bro. I saw that. I think he was a coach. He said he'll pick the number one high school team versus the WNBA, and he said they will destroy the W and get your best players in the WNBA. And they said the number one high school team would destroy them. I saw that, but don't nobody want to put no money up because they already know what it is. They don't want to put the money up.
Women
like to talk about them, yeah.
Okay.
So
a lot of the women talk.
You made this like bold claim about women in the military and law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just curious, like, what's your experience with that? I'm just curious why you say that.
Why do I say that?
Yeah.
Well, my experience, I actually used to work in law enforcement myself. I was a special agent with Homeland for almost 10 years. So I dealt with female agents and having to put them in operations, and it never really turned out well. I got a bunch of buddies that are in law enforcement military, and they've told me before having women on their team is bad. It just doesn't help out.
And that's just because they're women? So you've had bad experiences with men too then, right?
Well, again, yes, you can always have bad experiences with men as well, but with the women, it's far more prevalent.
So you're absolutely sure it's just women? So there are like plenty of men that make a lot of mistakes. Like there are a lot of male officers that just like shoot people for no reason. So I'm just like really curious why you're really pinpointing women. Like mentally, they're no different than men in like IQ and intelligence. Like that's just fact. We're not different in that way.
Actually,
why are you shaking, bro?
Women think far differently, and we process information far differently.
Okay, so maybe
we're
so
not
let's say
the
we
same.
think differently. Why does that make them like less capable mentally?
Well, we don't think this. See, here's the thing: you men and women are not equal, bro. We're not the same. And this is like that liberal.
Well, yeah, we're different genders, different sexes.
Yeah,
but he's shaking. But he's shaking like a stripper. He holding on tight as fuck to that mic, cause he every time his hands out, he like this. He holding that bitch like this. He hold that bitch like he trying to choke a chicken. Pause. Shit,
affects, being a different gender literally affects everything else from there. The way we think, the way we process information, the way that we see the world, everything is different. So since we are biologically different, that completely affects the way that we view the world, and it also affects our strength and other things.
Some of the smartest people have been women. Like women have done big things like in aerospace engineering and stuff like that. So
exactly.
Yeah, but the majority are men.
Right, because like
the majority are still men.
Okay. So historically, women have had less access to like education and like literally all their rights. So I mean, obviously, there's going to be like, but that doesn't make women less intelligent than men. There have just been less opportunities for women.
Well, we've overcorrected. Women graduate more than men. Women are getting more degrees than men nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah, but like, what about hundreds and thousands of years in the past when women have been oppressed by men?
We've overcorrected, but women still don't go into certain job fields that keep the society running, despite the fact that they're more educated.
What do you mean?
Well, when it comes to infrastructure jobs, when it comes to engineering, when it comes to sewage maintenance, like jobs that really matter.
And why is that?
Because women have different.
Well, why is that? Because those women don't go into those fields. They don't want to go into those fields. That's why. You can ask every fucking woman who goes into college right now, who is in school right now. You can go and ask them what the fuck that they're in. They're in African American studies. They are doing something in regards to HR or psychology, or they're learning some bullshit, or they're going into marketing, or they're going into business admin. They're doing something along those lines that requires them to be behind the fucking desk. They aren't going into these other fields. They aren't going into electrical engineering. They aren't going into these trades to learn how to weld. They aren't doing anything to learn how to become an electrician or a plumber. They aren't doing these type of jobs, bro. Y'all niggas need to stop fucking simping for these women, bro. Real talk, dog. Yeah, nursing and shit like that. How many women do we know right now when they realize that life ain't going for them? They, you know what? I'm going to nursing school. I'm going to be a nurse. And then after that, I want to be a travel nurse. All of this extra shit, teaching, all of this shit. They aren't going into these fields. They talk about how educated they are. Oh, I'm the most educated. Cool. No, you're actually not the most educated. Well, that goes into the race. So I'm gonna keep it out of the race aspect of it. But yes, you are. Yeah, you can say you're the most educated and the most enrolled. I'll say that. Cool, wonderful. But that doesn't mean that you're top tier. That does not mean that you're making top dollar. Okay, great. You got a degree. I do too. So what's your point? You got a degree. Great. You're going to get your master's? Wonderful. Now you just in school creating more debt for yourself. Go ahead. Do your thing. Because you don't know what else to do out here with your life. That's why you still in school. That's why you 37 years old and you still in school. Now you going back to get your PhD. You ain't doing that. And mind you, you ain't getting your PhD in something that's actually life changing. That's actually like you ain't getting you ain't a doctor or no shit like that. You ain't no lawyer. You ain't doing anything like that. You want some bullshit. You getting these bullshit degrees out here that ain't really affecting your life in any kind of way. Yeah, cool. You got a master's degree just so you can go be a manager at Walgreens. So I don't pay attention to none of that shit.
Interest based on biology.
Thousands of years ago, women were allowed to do that.
We're not. What I'm trying to explain to you is that men and women are different, right? And
yeah, they're obviously different.
Yeah, they're very different. And since they're different, right, they have different worldviews. And since they have different worldviews, that affects everything about how they view the world. So, despite the fact is, I find it interesting how women graduate more. They have more degrees. They're more educated than men are, but they still don't go into job fields that keep society running. Right? They go into job fields that are like, let's be honest, HR, sitting in an office somewhere, jobs that don't necessarily keep infrastructure going because women don't have the same physical capability.
Right. Okay. So
right.
They don't have the same. They don't have the same physical.
And then when they do go into jobs that have to do with physical capability, they fuck it up.
So okay, so now let's go to the military, for example. You said you're okay with them in support roles, right?
What was that?
You're okay with women in support roles in the military?
In support roles, yeah.
So like support roles are like 90% of the battle. You know, like something like that.
As long as they're not near combat or in a position where they can fuck things up.
Right. Okay. So men can fuck things up in combat too. So I work on a military base and I see women exercising all the time, like achieving like the level of some men in the gym. I've seen it.
Bullshit.
Great. So they should be able to fight if they want. We're in a
this nigga don't understand nothing. As a military man, as a former military man, as a veteran myself, let me put y'all on a little game right now for those individuals who don't really understand it, because he's so far fucking gone. Y'all understand there's a score level, right? The score level that we have, especially just in basic training alone, and then so on and so forth. You know, you have to continuously make sure that you maintain your fitness level, right? There's a scorecard that you have to have. And that scorecard, you know, just determines where you are, you know, your physical fitness and everything. That scorecard is scored different from men versus women. It's not the fucking same. So the max score that you can get for doing certain workouts is a 300. So this, I know they changed things now. They got a whole different workout scheme, the way that they gauge and score. But when I was in, they gauged it different. It was push-ups, sit-ups, and the 2-mile run, right? All of that was gauged. That shit was gauged different. Men had to do a certain number of push-ups, but it wasn't equivalent to how many push-ups the women had to do. Same thing as sit-ups, and same thing as I think the 2-mile run was the only thing that was the same. I think that was the only thing that was the same. Everything else was different. Even when it came to certain push-ups. When we were learning how to do push-ups, yeah, there were some guys who couldn't even do 20 push-ups. Yep, that's a fact. But on the contrary of that, there were women who couldn't even do 3. So yeah, those men who couldn't do 20 push-ups, yeah, they could probably do 10. They could probably do 10 to 14. But those women, they couldn't do 5. So what did they have to do? They had to have a person that was on top of them. Well, while they were in their push-up position stance, a person would stand over the top of them with the towel that'd be around their waist to help guide them in their push-ups. So when they go down, they'll have the towel in their hands and they'll guide them. So like, let me show y'all real quick. Do I have something? No, but I just act as if my hands got a towel in it, right? So they'll have a towel that's right here, and they'll be standing over the person while they're in push-up position, right? So what'll happen? They'll have the towel here, and they'll spot them on their push-ups. So they'll go down with them, and then as they're going up, and then if they can't push up by themselves, that's what they'll use the towel to help bring them up with them, to help spot them on their push-ups. That's what they'll do to help them get stronger. That's what they would do to help get that. And so when I was during the basic training, so I was one of the people who got a 300, which was one of the max scores. So I think I had ran like a 11-minute 2-mile run. That's when I was like top tier fitness, hauling ass. I had a 11-20 2-mile run. I did 85 or 90 push-ups in 2 minutes. And then I did 100 sit-ups in 2 minutes. So everything was geared off of 2 minutes. So you had 2 minutes to do X amount of push-ups. You had 2 minutes to do X amount of sit-ups. And then, you had to do the 2-mile run after that. And so I was one of the ones that peaked out at the max score, right? And then then you had the women's side. I think they had to do about 50 push-ups, 2 minutes. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember it exactly, but I know it wasn't as much as men. I know the numbers was different. They had to do a certain amount of sit-ups and a certain amount of push-ups in 2 minutes, but their 300 wasn't graded the same way that the men's were graded. It was two different things. So that woman who was 300, my 80 something push-ups was to her 50 something push-ups. And then my 100 something sit-ups was to her like 80 something sit-ups. So it was geared different, but she still got a 300. So it was different. It was not the same. We scored different, but she still got a 300. So it was never the same because they had to skew the numbers in order for them to feel the same, if that makes sense. Hope I explained that right. That's movement. I used to run the 2 mile. I used to run the 2 mile in track. I would get so far ahead, I would backwards. Yeah, for real. That's what I'm saying though. So like, yeah, at that time I was moving, bro. Like I was gunning that bit. You feel me? I was moving like a dog. And I hated running, but I had to. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna lock in. I'm trying to get done with this shit. Hauling ass. But I still never beat this one guy though. It was this one guy. All he do was fucking run. He ran like it was fucking breakfast, bro. He eat, sleep, and shit running. That's what he did. He ran a fucking 2 mile. I kid you not. This man ran. I'm sprinting this 2 mile. I'm hauling ass around the 2 mile. Fam, this man ran a goddamn 9-minute 2 mile. I said, nigga, how the fuck you run a 9-minute 2 mile? But here's the thing. He could never do push-ups. He could never do push-ups. He could never do the sit-ups. He struggled. He struggled on the push-ups. He struggled in the sit-ups. But when it came to running, boy, get out the way. He was moving. That nigga started off sprinting. I swear to God. I ain't kidding. I'm like, this nigga ran a 9-minute. We had 2 miles ago, because I remember it was me and this one guy. We were neck and neck. We running. We together. We like, hey, we gonna keep up with each other. I'm like, all right, bet. Let's go. We just hauling that. This other dude, he just tried 9-minute mile. I'm like, fam, how the fuck you get 9 minutes? Nah, but here's the thing. He was a white dude, bro. He was a white dude. He was a white guy. He was a white guy, and I think he was from the north. I think he was from Minnesota. I think he was from Minnesota or some shit like that. He was from somewhere up north. Couldn't tell him nothing. Couldn't do push-ups for shit. Couldn't do sit-ups for nothing. But when it came to the running, blew it out the water. Shit was crazy to me, dog.
A free country with equal rights for all. So kind of like discriminating against women for being women is just kind of insane, don't you think? Like,
I'm discriminating to protect them from themselves. And I would argue a lot of them don't want to be in combat roles anyway. See, this is the thing.
But some do. Some do. So
no, they don't. Yeah, they do. The staggering majority.
One more time before I pause again. And picture this, ladies. For those of y'all who may get upset about this. Picture this. Because y'all need to really understand this. Picture you in the military as a woman, right? You are 100 and let's just say you 140 pounds. You about 5'4", 5'5", 140 pounds. And you, for some reason, got to pick up this 6-foot man that weighs about 210 pounds of muscle. Who finna do that? You? So you telling me you finna pick this 6-foot, 210 pound man that's full of muscle. You telling me you about to put him on your shoulders and carry you? And carry him? About 10 to 20 yards? Yeah, all right.
I see plenty of women.
Why do you think women haven't been in infantry for so long?
Because they weren't allowed to.
Good. Like that's
good. But like there are women who want to serve and protect their country in combat roles, and they shouldn't
be in infantry anyway. And that was back when America was based. That was back when we weren't idiots.
Why are men like? Why is it their job to like determine if a woman could fight or not if they want to? That's their right. And there are women who can reach the standards.
Because men are leaders. Men are leaders. Women are not. So since we are leaders, we must be the ones. Because we protect society, we run society. So like, women don't.
So the women like teaching students, they're leaders. They're in leadership positions. They're educating society.
We're not talking about being a teacher, man.
Well, we're talking about what
we're talking about military and law enforcement.
Roles. Okay, what about women drill sergeants? I've heard plenty of men talk about how they're the scariest ones they dealt with.
No, they aren't. No, they aren't the scariest, but they have a lot more to prove because they are smaller. They are more of the inferior of the drill sergeants. And the only reason that niggas fear them is simply because they're drill sergeants, and they know that they got the backup of the men drill sergeants who are the actual ones who will fuck your life up. So yeah, so they can do what the fuck they do. They can go and talk that shit. Man, I had a drill sergeant. She was small as fuck. She was about 5'2". She was about 5'2" and pregnant at the same time during my basic training time. I'm looking at her. I'm like, shorty, what the fuck you gonna do to me? But because out of respect of her rank, out of respect of the military, out of just respect overall of what she had to go through to become a drill sergeant, I was like, you got a drill sergeant, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But they gonna scream her little voice and shit. I'm like, look at your little cute. I put you in my little pocket, shorty. Like, who are you? But then you got the other drill sergeants, the male drill sergeants, niggas sitting back there just kicking it, looking like they ready to look like they'll dot your ass at any given time. So yeah, you gonna do what you're supposed to do. So yeah. But I guarantee you, a guy like him, he'll probably cry. He'll probably cry at a 10-week basic training. Yeah, it's a lie. Yes, man, it's a lie. It's a liability. G.I. Jane to fuck people's mind up. They thinking that these women out here can actually do that. You telling me a G.I. Jane? Just go back and look at G.I. Jane. Shorty was small as fuck. You telling me you think that I'm actually going to trust somebody who look like that to defend me or protect me? Man, you better get out of my face. Niggas better get out of my face, dog. If you can't pick me up and carry me 20 yards, I ain't trusting you. If you can't pick me up and put me on your shoulders and carry me 20 yards and still shoot a gun at the same time, boy, you better get out of my face.
Yeah, I know. Funny, right?
Dude, let's go to the next person. This guy's like just coming up with that. Women drill sergeants are scary, man. Bro,
I'm talking about like people who have served in the military.
I can't take a woman seriously. She's yelling at me like, drop down and give me 20. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, make me a sandwich.
All right, because you're just a loser. Because you don't respect anyone or anything.
Look, dude. Again, you're another guy that's trying to get laid tonight. Look, I promise you don't have to simp like this for girls.
Because I want to get laid
like
tonight.
guys that tell them that they're dumb.
Your head. You're the one thinking about getting laid. You're the one who brings OnlyFans girls on your podcast so you can.
Yeah, they make better arguments than you do. This is pathetic.
Okay,
they make better arguments than you do.
All right, well,
they at least understand their biological limitations. They at least understand.
All right, well, at least while you're on campus, at least like follow like the rules that we're supposed to follow. The Carolina agreed.
This nigga said, follow the rules on the campus. Bro, go the fuck home, Roger. Go home, Roger. Go home, bro. Go back to your dorm and do what you do. Go play video games or something, dog. Go beat your meat. Go do something, bro. Who are you? What are you doing? What feminist or what ABC community woman has psyched your mind up to go and talk whatever the fuck you talking about? Because I don't know. Just go back to your room, dog. Just go back to your room, close the door, lock it, and don't come back out until it's time to go back to class. Because you bugging.
Carolinian Creed, where it talks about like
what?
Not the Carolinian Creed.
What is that?
The rule, like the guidelines for
apparently saying it's not a real thing. It's not real. Okay.
No, the guy in like your little corner is talking.
He's making up some fucking. I don't even know what that is. Like, it's probably some cucked out fucking law, like where you got to be nice for some shit to women. I don't fucking know.
Yes, that's fucking insane, bro. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see this shit though? Y'all see the type of shit that we be talking about? It's niggas like that. It's niggas like that, bro. It's little niggas like that who make shit a lot more difficult for other men. That's why it's hard for masculine men to be masculine men. That's why they call it toxic masculinity, because you got soft ass, Similac drinking ass, baby bottom soft ass niggas like that. Who don't know how to, who just don't, and again, this ain't no ultra masculine shit. It's just calling it for what it is. I grew up in an era where men were men, bro. Thankfully, I grew up in the era just before the shit became soft. I grew up in an era where men were fucking men. Not like that, but where men were men. not men doing the thing. Y'all get the fuck I'm saying. Pause. Y'all get what the fuck I'm saying. That shit was wild though. Wow, that was wild. But you know what I meant though. Shit, that was wild. North Carolina school? Nah, I don't think it was a North Carolina school, bro. No, actually, I think it was South Carolina. I think there was USC. I think they was at USC. But yeah, bro, I don't understand. I don't understand these dudes. Maybe they grew up in a single parent home, and maybe their mom was teaching them only the one side of what it is to be a woman type shit, and they just, well, I saw my mom do this. I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe they trying to get some box. I don't know. Niggas like that would do anything to get some box, bro. Cause y'all remember that? Y'all remember the shorty? Y'all remember? Damn, what was her name? Gypsy. The Gypsy shit was where her mom kind of. Yeah. Y'all remember Gypsy, the one where the shorty where her mom made her believe that she was handicapped and shit like that because she wanted to keep her by her side and all that. So all through her life, she believed that she was handicapped. She couldn't move. I forgot exactly what the disease was. I'm talking about taking her to doctor's appointments. The doctor was trying to tell her that she wasn't nothing. That was a good ass series though. And then come to find out, this one dude who I guess was in love with her. She convinced him. Yeah, Gypsy Rose. Yeah, she convinced him to off the mom. That's them type of niggas, bro. That's who them type of niggas are. Because you couldn't convince me at all. Couldn't no woman convince me, not even let alone not no man can convince me to go off somebody else for them. I'm like, nigga, you better take care of your own fucking business. Don't put me into your bullshit. That ain't, nigga, I'm not finna go to jail for you. Who is you? No. If you gonna do something like that, look, matter of fact, don't even tell me what you're gonna do. Because if you tell me what you're gonna do, and then the police come to me and ask me, did I know? I'm saying yes. I'm saying, yep, I knew. They told me. I'm telling you the whole fucking thing. I'm snitching. Stool pigeon, my nigga. Stool pigeon. I'm telling. Not finna go to jail for you. Fuck you talking about? They made rules where we can't punch them in the mouth. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yep, exactly. You can't pop them in the fucking mouth. Cause they get offended even if you tell them that you're gonna pop them in the mouth. They're gonna go and tell. Like, nah, nigga. But it is what it is, though. It is what it is, bro. Eventually, I hope that shit come around. I hope that shit turn around and get all these soft little dudes out of here, bro. Cause that shit's annoying. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's annoying as fuck. I'm getting tired of seeing them. I really am. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. So let's go ahead and go over to this other topic. Charlie Kirk. Again, we got another one, y'all. We got another liberal student. So we're gonna get into this, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions in between. All right, let's rock out.
Yep. Hey, Charlie, how's it going? So I wanted to speak to you about sex and gender. I think we have a disagreement there.
Oh shit. Here we go.
I feel like we can agree on sex. There are male, female. You're either born male, female, or in some instances, there's a case of intersex persons. But I think our disagreement lays with your interpretation or your take on gender and how it's directly linked to sex. And I just kind of want to see where. What's your thoughts on gender, or what's your take? Because I'm not quite sure. I'm not really caught up on what you've.
Sure. So gender's a made-up concept. Do you know who made it up?
Who made it up?
A guy by the name of John Money in the 1960s. And why did he make it up?
No, I was going to say, wouldn't technically anything be a made-up concept?
No, sex is not made up. You can look at sex. XX and XY chromosomes are not made up. Are not made up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we're on the same page about that.
So sex is observing. Gender is creating something new. Totally different. We observe nature. gender is creating a new thing out of thin air that has no applicability to our discourse or dialogue. So there are 0 genders, 2 sexes, infinite personalities. We recognize that people have different personalities. We don't think you should get a different definition on the forms you fill out or how people talk to you, recognize you, or how you are treated.
So when it comes to defining or looking at and seeing what or who is a man or a woman, it only refers to sex. Like if they have a sort of, is that correct?
Yeah. And it's worked really well for all of humanity. We decided to screw it up the last 20 years.
But what about with like societal implications with the way what's it called, gender, with the way gender is expressed? You could, for example, you could have a you could be a trans. Let me take this for example. If I was transgender, say I was born female, but with the way I present myself, if I shave my mustache, I shave my mustache, I dress like a male. When I'm walking down the street, you would think what would you think I am?
What I think is irrelevant. You can disguise yourself to look something you are not. I can wear blackface. Do I become black?
No, of course not.
Oh, so wait, hold on. Then a man dresses like a woman, why does he become a woman?
It's not that he becomes a woman. It's he's seen and he's seen
then why should he be recognized as something that he's not?
It's not that he needs to. It's not that they need to be recognized.
Oh no, that's what it's all about. It's about recognizing a delusion. You can dress however you wish, you can act however you wish, but I'm not going to recognize your lie. In fact, you could get in trouble for mispronouncing in the state of California. We're teaching our kids you must pronoun correctly, and you actually have to certify the delusion. So again, I say if I wear blackface and I don't become black, why does a man who wear a dress become a woman?
It's not. I feel like it's not up for someone. I feel like it's not up for you to decide. I think it's up for the individual, and I think the way they express themselves through the way they express themselves through their through their apparel, through their attire. I think that's more indicative of
okay, then let's play this out. If everyone can just choose however they want, should biological men who are born as a man be able to compete in female sports? I'm asking.
No, I don't believe that biological men should be in women's sports.
And God bless you for saying that, because that's at. So here's another question: should biological men who identify as women be able to go in?
Wait, what? My daughter almost got in trouble at school for telling a boy that he is a boy. For real, bro? For real, dog? Dog, what? What the hell is going on in these schools for telling a boy that he's a boy? Like, yeah, you're a boy. Schools really out here doing that? Yo, that's fucking crazy. Nah, bro. See, man. See, that's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit don't make no sense. You get in trouble for telling the person what they actually are. Yeah, you're a boy. And you get in trouble for it? Oh my gosh, man. That shit don't make no sense, bro.
Into women's locker rooms.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Biological man, so he has a okay. And he says he's a woman. Should he be allowed to go into female locker rooms?
I mean, no. We have on campus, we have all gender restrooms on campus where males and females are.
Yeah, I think that's a terrible idea, right? So, because male female distinctions are critically important. It's how society is structured.
Yeah, but we have these shared spaces, and there hasn't been any sort of issues, or I think the major consensus surrounding it is that people are actually enjoy the all gender bathrooms.
Let's talk about locker rooms though. Do you think women would enjoy undressing next to a fully unclothed man?
Exactly.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then we should prohibit that. So we agree. So, and then finally, do you think that a young 15-year-old here in California, a young boy who thinks he is a girl, should he be allowed to chop his off?
Can you say that again from the start? Real quick.
15-year-old boy in California. He thinks he's transgender. Okay. Should he be allowed to go chop his parts off?
Should he be allowed? I think that's a conversation for him and his medical.
No, nigga. The answer is no. No, he should not be allowed. No, he should not be allowed. No, 100%. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. Now, once you get outside of my house, cool. Do what you want to do. I still don't agree with it. I don't think you should. No, you shouldn't do that because I guarantee you're gonna regret it. Cool, I get it. You in your emotion right now. You feel some type of way. You think this is something that you really need to do, but you shouldn't. No. Do not let society fuck your mind up. No, absolutely not. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, I'm not. It's not my job to.
Should 15-year-olds be allowed to get tattoos?
Should 15-year-olds be allowed to get tattoos? No.
So you could, but you can't get a tattoo.
I mean, with.
He just talking.
I mean, I don't think that's really that comparative.
Well, they're both irreversible, right? Actually, one matters a lot more for human flourishing than the other.
No, I would definitely agree. It's a very, what's it called? It's a very life-altering process, and I think it requires a lot of time, and it requires a lot of time, and it shouldn't be something that should be just jumped into.
No, you shouldn't do it at all.
I just think that's something for an individual, and
fuck that. No, there's no something for the individual. No, absolutely not. If it's not a life-threatening situation, no, the answer is fucking no. The answer is no. I don't care what spirit is in you is telling you that you believe that you are this. No, you ain't that. No, that's not what you are. I'm sorry. Whatever. You need to go see a psychiatrist or something. You need to go see somebody. I don't know what you need to do, but I know one thing's for sure, two things for certain, and three things for sure. You ain't no motherfucking girl. You a boy. Why you a boy? Because your DNA says so. And that physical thing that we can see, that I've seen when you was a kid, when I had to clean your diaper, when I had to wipe your ass when you was a baby, yeah, that thing right there, that little worm that you had down there, yeah, absolutely. That let me know that you a little boy. So nah, fam, we ain't doing that. Cool, be mad at me. You can be pissed off at me. You can say, Dad, you don't understand. You right, I don't understand. And to be quite frankly, I don't want to understand it. I don't. I sympathize. I empathize with you. I hate that you feel that way. I do. I hate it. But somebody here has to have the common sense. Somebody here has to stand on the other side of the ground. Somebody got to die on the hill. And I guess I have to be the one to do that. You ain't no fucking woman. You ain't no girl. You a boy. Regardless of what that demon inside you is telling you, you a boy. Still love you 100%, but I'm not gonna agree with it. Just because you my kid, that don't mean that I gotta agree with you. Absolutely not. My job is here. My job is to protect you from the world and from yourself. To give you guidance, to give you the proper provision, to create a foundation for you. So that way you can be a contributing member to society. So that way you can thrive in this fucking world. And make something of yourself and continue the legacy on. That's what I'm here for. Not because you feel some type of way or because John, the Samantha who was once named John said that it's okay for you to feel this way. Nah, fam. No. He ain't got his life together. He over there fucking off. He ain't got his shit together. So don't go and listen to that shit. Just because you feel some type of way, look, we can go talk. We can go have a discussion. We can go find somebody. We can go talk to somebody so that way we can understand what's going on. We can go to the church. Go to the church. Talk to God. Y'all remember that dude? I don't like men's no more. I'm delivered. I'm delivered. For real, bro. Like, nah, like this, cause bro, this is the problem. And this is the problem. And I'm sorry, and I ain't sorry to say it. No, the problem is this. Yeah, there are instances where some kids grow up in a two-parent household where they don't have a stern father, or they don't have a father who actually puts their foot down and just goes against the grain. Because we already, as fathers, already are the bad guys anyway. So you might as well embark on that shit. You might as well embody the shit. You got to be the bad guy. I'm not here to be your fucking friend. I can be your friend. Listen, I can be your friend once I've done my job as a father. Once I've done my job as a father, I've guided you the right way. You know, I've led you to a place where now you can be a contributing member to society. Now you're doing things, you're making the proper decisions. Now you are you've created this life for yourself to where now you're thriving in this world now. Now you have your own family. Yeah, we can be friends then. I'm still your father. Understand that. But now we can kick back. Now we can have a drink together. Now we can toast it up and say, look, man, now we can have conversations about other things because you already had the foundation that I already instilled in you. But all this extra shit that we got going on, this extra bullying shit, oh, I feel this way. Nah, bro, we can all feel some type of way. Cool. You can feel however you want to feel. But you got to come back to reality, though. You can feel like this, but the reality is still here. The reality is where the action takes place. You got to take action in reality. You can't take action in your feelings. The feeling aspect of it is not where the action happens. So cool, feel how you feel. Now come back. Let's solve this issue. Let's see what's going on with you. Do we need to take you somewhere where you can get help? So my love for you is protecting you. So if that means I gotta protect you from yourself, I'm gonna do that. And if that means you gotta hate me in the process, that's fine. Cool. That's what I'm here for. But just know I'm gonna love you, even if it's hard love. I'm gonna love you. You may not like it, but I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna make sure you straight. Cause this soft shit and because this shit here getting crazy, bro. This shit's out of pocket, bro.
Their family and their doctors to decide, and not for society or the state.
Last question, most important question: what is a woman?
A woman, you know it when you see it. You know, it's like if I look, she looks like a woman. She looks like a woman.
Disingenuous, man.
She looks like a woman. She looks like a woman. It's the way you express yourself. So
no,
it's not. It's the way you express yourself.
No, it's not.
So if you basically, womanhood is a costume.
I'm not saying that.
No, it is. Yeah, if you're able to wear the right stuff and just assume the identity, you can appropriate womanhood. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Is Caitlyn Jenner a woman?
Yes.
Why?
Why is she a woman?
What chromosomes does Caitlyn Jenner have?
I mean, I think her chromosomes don't have to deal with her gender. Like, I think that's where the disagreement lies, is that
again, so this is where you are playing into this narrative that gender exists. We reject that paradigm completely because gender has led us to this place that your own personal self-expression matters to your core identity. And again, that means nothing. Infinite personalities, no genders, two sexes. And we must live in reality, not in the delusions of the heads of people that want us to accommodate their fantasy. Thank you very much for your...
Bro, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people, dog. Right. Like, you feel me? Like, what we talking about? We all know. We done seen studs. Like, look at that butch over there. There's no confusion. We know that's a woman over there. But like, look at you over here cosplaying, shorty. Why are you trying to be like a dude? Just be a girl, bro. If you're gonna be gay, just be a girl. Why you gotta dress like a dude for? You ain't one. You will never be one. You will never be one. No matter how you can change everything about you, you still will never be a dude. Your DNA still gonna say XX, homie. Your DNA still says XX. At any given moment, you can still get pregnant. I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about? I don't understand, bro. Where the fuck has this world gone? I get it. You know, the whole ABC community, there have people who it's been going on for time and time, for years and years. I get that. But we are so far gone to where people dismiss basic biology. they get so nuanced. Well, there's so many different genders because okay, what is a woman? A woman is a woman who believes that he or she is a woman. No, that's not what that is. It's a circular fucking answer. The basic biology answer is a woman is a woman who has a DNA of an XX chromosome. They have a uterus. They have a papaya down there. What is a man? A man is a man who has the DNA of an XY chromosome. He doesn't have the thing that we call he doesn't have a papaya down there. He got an eggplant. He doesn't have a uterus. Our bone structures are different from women. You can tell the difference between what a woman is and what a man is. Typically, women are born with hips. Men aren't born with hips. Why do they have hips? Because they have the ability to get pregnant. So therefore, they're able to open that thing up so they can push a baby up out that thing. We don't possess that type of shit. We don't. Our bone structure is more dense than women is. Our makeup is totally different. They carry more estrogen in their body than they do testosterone. Men carry more testosterone in their bodies than they do estrogen. And yet y'all niggas want to talk about, and yes, gender is a complement. Gender is a complement to the sex. So therefore, if you were born with XX chromosome, you are a female. You are a female. Just as if you were born with XY chromosomes, you are a male. It's that simple. Now everything else that comes on along with that, if you want to go play dress up and you would think that you believe that you want to dress up as a woman, do your thing. But understand you are a boy, my guy. And you should not feel offended because I won't play into your fantasy world and call you a girl. Your name on your birth certificate name was Michael. I'm not finna call you Michelle. Your name is Michael, bro. So why do I gotta play into your delusion? No, nigga. Your name is Michael. Your name is Michael. When you come around me, your name is Michael. I don't give a fuck. You got a dress on. Your name Michael around me. Just as you want me to respect your boundaries and respect your name, nigga, you need to respect my beliefs too. No, you will do. So therefore, how do we compromise? All right, we compromise by look. I know that you feel some type of way. You feel as if you want to dress a certain way. All right, bet. But when you around me, your name is Michael. I'm allowing you to even be in my vicinity, in my circle, with a dress on. However, your name is Michael. And I will address you as Michael. I won't address you as Michelle. I won't. And if you can't handle that, be gone. I'm not finna operate in your delusion, bro. What's wrong with you? You bugging. Nope. So, what were they talking about? That, but it happens that this is what happens when they talk about college students. A lot of these college students, bro, brainwashed as fuck. I don't know what. We need to ask all of these liberals. A lot of these liberals. We need to ask what classes are they taking? Who are they teachers? Who are they professors? What are they learning in these classrooms? Who are they like? What focus groups are they in? Were they learning and talking about this shit? What women are these? What type of girls are these niggas hanging around, bro? Or what type of dudes? Are they even hanging around dudes? I don't understand it. I don't understand this shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. But hey, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Listen, man, tonight has been solid, man. Man, I done gone 3 hours and 23 minutes in this bit. God damn. But it was good, though. It was fun, though. It was good. It was fun. I enjoyed doing this. I love doing it. I ain't gonna hold you. I love doing it. Love sitting here kicking it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically wasted tuition, for sure. For sure. I enjoyed kicking it with y'all, man. Yeah, bro, this shit was fun. But make sure you continue to share this shit, man, because we trying to grow this shit. We trying to be one of the biggest platforms out here on YouTube. You know, we got to run these numbers up. Every aspect of it, the subscribers, the views, the money, all of it. We want to run that motherfucker up. You hear me? And we're going to continue to keep doing that. I'm going to continue to keep showing up, you know, continue to keep bringing y'all good content. And I'm going to continue to keep getting better overall. But other than that, I appreciate y'all. And until next time, man, I'll holla, dog.